Ebiesuwa, Seun Ebiesuwa, Ph.D holder in Computer Science and lecturer in the Department of Computer Science, Babcock University. Talking about my brief educational background, I had my primary school education at the Lagos State University Staff School, Ojo. I graduated in 1993 from Lasso Staff School, and upon graduation I was enrolled on the honor roll of the school for having the highest grade average ever in the school till the time I graduated in 1993. So I had that record. Then from there I went to secondary school. I went to Command Secondary School Ojo. In Command Secondary School too, God helped me. I continued as a stellar student in the GSS 3 WAEC exams, that's junior WAEC exams. I came out with 11 distinctions from 11 subjects and went on to senior secondary. Finished as the best from SS1 to SS3, my science class. Then from there I moved to Lagos State University for my first degree in computer engineering, because electronics and computer engineering. And I finished in 2009 in the top 2% of graduates from Lagos State University. So finished at the top 2% of the university. Then from there I went for NYSC and then came to Babcock University in 2012 for my master's degree in computer science, and I finished that in 2014 as the best master degree student from the Department of Computer Science, Babcock, 2014. And then in 2014 also I started my PhD in computer science, and in the year 2016 I won the Nigerian Computer Society Ovia National Scholarship Award, given to the best 5 computer science PhD students across Nigeria. And 2018, this year, I won the first recognition award for outstanding academic excellence from Lagos University, and that was the first ever given to any alumnus of Lagos University. So that's my brief educational background. Yeah, my choice of computer science and engineering. First of all, I had my first degree in computer engineering, so let me begin with that. Why I chose that is right from my early childhood. I've had a knack for technology. I've had interest in IT. I've had interest in the use of computers. Back then in secondary school, we used to have computer science as a subject, and I was one of the few. Then was optional. One of the few people that picked interest in the use of computers back then. Those were the days of the old MS-DOS, we call Microsoft Operating System. So, but right from then, I've had interest in computing, and I've always found myself falling in love with the computer. Been very involved in the use of typing tutors and all that, and I was really concerned about that back then. So, my choice for computer science, computer engineering, really came after my SS3, and I was going to university. Also, I have great strength in mathematics, great strength with numerical subjects, physics, chemistry. So that was why I chose engineering, first of all. So, but for engineering, I could have done either mechanical or electrical, but I picked computer because of my interest, majorly in computers, and then also seeing that as my own way of being able to impact my world in the short time from then, because I had looked at the future of the world, and the future of the world is going to be around artificial intelligence, which will actually be deployed the use of computerized devices. So I've also been very fascinated with computers from way back. So that really formed my choice of studying computer engineering. That's why I picked computer amongst the various engineering courses. But though we had a lot of similarities, those did mechanical, computer, we did a lot of similar courses. But for us in computer engineering, we focused on also some areas like the hardware of the computer, some hardware courses, some software courses. Of course, like digital electronics for hardware, we did that, semiconductor devices, analog devices, and so on. So all those things really helped. So by and large, that's why I chose computer engineering then, because I actually want to impact my world through the knowledge of the computer. But after I finished first degree, now it was time for me to do a master's degree. I didn't want to do computer engineering again in my master's, even I finished, as I said, in top 2% in the whole university. But I was interested in doing computer engineering again because the future, as I then, because my aim of going to computer engineering was to impact my world. And Nigeria, we have this major setback as per, because engineering is about design. So if you say computer engineering, it's talking about design of the hardware of computerized devices, and how many of that we do in Nigeria in the first place. And also, while in the computer engineering program, we did a lot of software courses, programming, and I'm also well versed when it comes to programming languages. I use Java, C#, C++, Visual Basic, a host of them. So at that time when I finished, my interest had veered into software. My interest had veered more into writing programs and building applications. And that is what computer science is all about. And that was going to help me achieve my initial aim of impacting my world. So that's why you can talk about people that build applications like Facebook, like Twitter, like Instagram. These are software products. So that's part of why I now had to, at my master's, I didn't want to do engineering again because it was just going to be the design of hardware, and now my interest was more on the software, and I got so fascinated with programming. So I moved in my master's to computer science, which is just a sister course to computer engineering. So and then my PhD too, I did computer science. So that's pretty much how I got to this. So I thank God for guiding me through my choices, and I don't regret it at all. This has been very fulfilling, and this is what I'm called to do. Yeah, that's very important. First of all, going into any engineering course, you should expect a lot of mathematics. That you can't deny. You have a lot of mathematics in it, a lot of physics too. So computations, you must take very, very seriously. And it will also involve you to spend a lot of time in the laboratory, engineering laboratory, doing, if it's for instance electrical engineering, computer engineering, you do a lot of connections on electronic circuits. To give you the breadboards, you have to learn how to pick each of the components, the resistors, the capacitors, thyristors, diodes, identify them, be able to do the color codes on cables, and be able to now connect all that in an electric circuit. It's always a lot. Spend long hours in the laboratory, do some other quality experiments of materials, and also for anybody going to engineering, first of all, you should have a solid mathematical base. That's very important. If you want to do engineering, then from secondary school, you should pick interest. I did further maths, even in secondary school, I did maths. I got decision in both of them. So you must actually pick interest in mathematics. Maths must be what you like if you're going to do engineering. Physics also, and chemistry, and generally the science subjects. So don't think of going to an engineering course if you know maths is not your thing. You don't really do so well in maths. Engineering will not be the best course, because at the end of the day you will struggle. Even though there are some courses that might be majorly theoretical, but you have so many of courses with calculations. So I think basically if anyone is going to go to engineering, you should at least be above average in mathematics. So. The fact that we've not moved so fast in terms of technological advancement is a major blow on our educational system. But if a course like engineering, talk about engineering, you should talk about a lot of infrastructure, a lot of equipment, and facilities needed to actually teach engineering well. So, but looking at many of our universities, public universities, what we have might not be enough for anybody to really, use those equipment and come out as a sound engineer. But that is a challenge we have, but we can't now use that as a yardstick to do nothing. So what I would encourage, which is what I did, what I would encourage any aspiring or prospective computer engineer or any engineer is make the most of what you have, because by and large there's the National Universities Commission that goes around universities every now and then doing accreditation. So for them to give any school the accreditation for engineering, that means you have the minimum requirements in terms of equipment and facilities, but it might not be so way over the board. So what the students can do is to make the most of what they have, but they have to now do the extra on their own. And that is why today we thank God we live in a global village. You have applications like YouTube. On YouTube today you can learn anything on your own. Most of what people do in the laboratories and then laboratories do, they soldering equipments and all that, you can learn all that on YouTube today. So YouTube will actually help a lot, and YouTube today is used everywhere in the world. You can't say in Nigeria you don't have access to YouTube. So if you can have access to YouTube, you can even buy data on your phone. One thing in life is about prioritization. You must learn to prioritize in economics level scale of preference. So if you've taken it like, this is what I want to do, I want to be an engineer, then you must be willing to go out of your way. You can't use the fact that we have these problems in Nigeria as a reason to do nothing. So what you can do is get data, connect to the internet, download videos, download videos on any practical aspect, because everything you do in engineering, there's always a practical side. So you can download the videos to make up for the practical that is not so well taught over here. And by doing that, that's a personal effort. That's part of your own personal investment in yourself to build yourself. And by the time you do that, you can actually be able to make up for the deficiency we have over here in terms of facilities and equipment. First of all, I give all the glory to God. God has been my bedrock. He has been the one that has helped. It's not my own power. Everything I've achieved has been by God's grace. Now, but it's also very instructive to say that to achieve anything in life, you must be hardworking. You must be self-disciplined. These are key attributes that everybody must build to reach any goal. So you cannot undermine hard work. You cannot undermine the role of being disciplined. So let me just explain quickly on these times before we go on. These are prerequisites for success, academic success or excellence. Hard work is, you have to be into what you do. You have to give it your best. Whatever course you are studying, if I'm going to study this course and this is what you want to do, that means something you enjoy first of all. So something you enjoy, then no amount of time will be too much for you to invest to build yourself in that thing. So you must be willing to go the extra mile. You must be willing to study even beyond what you are taught in class. Studying is not about cramming lecturers' notes and giving back to them in class and what they give you in class, but really studying to know the major things you are taught, the concepts, and you to remember them for use in future. So this is the path for anybody to go, and those things don't come without hard work. You have to devote time, you have to burn candles sometimes. You have to actually give up some other things you'd have enjoyed just for the sake of this thing you want to achieve. So that is one major thing. Hard work must be there. When the Bible says work and pray, so you must work first before you pray. So hard work you can't undermine. You must be so dedicated to engineering or whatever you are doing, such that you can spend even anything on it. You might even have to, give up some things that you'd have naturally not going to give up because of what your passion you have. So that you can't take away. Then self-discipline too. Discipline comes in the sense that it is not always easy to decide, you want to spend so and so time doing this, doing that academic thing or the other. There are so many things just for your attention at the same time. But discipline comes in that you must be able to plan yourself. You must have your prioritization for tasks very clear. You must be able to use your time judiciously, and then in such a way that you make sure that the things you do, like the academic rituals you do, maybe the amount of time you spend to study in a day or something, you make sure nothing tampers with that. The amount of time you should use in the laboratory, you should make sure nothing tampers with that. You should just show every sense of dedication towards what you are doing, and then God will bless and God can help take you to great heights. So there's really no achievement or success that can be done without hard work and self-discipline. Then of course the God factor, then you bring in God into what you do. You must always put God first in anything you do and pray to Him and commit your ways to His hands, and He is able to do all that we ask or think.